You know, a lot of people don't know about the Hatman. I'm going to tell you all about the Hatman. So there'll be a detailed record of it. So, one thing if you Google, you're only going to get books and nonfiction story about a real person. Like I told you, there's nothing in imagination you can't imagine. So, and from that note now, the Hatman is a shadow being. He's all dark, all black shadow. It's exactly what I say. A shadow that has intellectual consciousness and is alive. And he works with certain people from the 12 tribes. How he works is he comes and he scares the hell out of you. He gives you sleep paralysis. He's the one that starts the unknitting of you, your consciousness from your body, freeing you up so that you could realize you're not the body and astral project out your body. By you astral projecting out your body, he jumps in your body. The Hatman is what's called the Holy Spirit. He also has other names as the Elixir and the Philosopher's Stone. He's also called the Mothman. In history, he's always been around. He's known as Beelzebub, too. He's also known as Molech. All these people is the opposite force of what we would call Satan, because if you read in the books of the Bible of Job, he tells you how when he was sitting at the table, he had his homeboys with him, Satan and his sons, or what we call the gods, and they asked him what's good, and they said, let's try out my homeboy Job, test him to see if he's really my man. So you see that they have homeboys that work with them to test you to see if you are faith. If you're not, then you're going to fall for their temptations. Hold on. There's accounts of the Hatman popping up in Virginia. You could YouTube him as the Mothman. He's the Mothman. And you know the Mothman and the Hatman is the same because the description given of the Mothman is a black man. A black shadow man. Not saying he's black skinned. You can't tell. He's just all black with a black hat, a black raincoat or whatever, trench coat and black shoes. You can't see nothing. That came to warn the people in Virginia. But people took it first like if he was some type of spooky person coming to kill him. But everybody that had reported to have seen him was a relative of a person who had died on the bridge that collapsed the following day. So they say that he was the man that came to warn everybody like an omen. So all the time in history, he's always been depicted as a good person but had a bad demeanor through European ideology because he has a connection to our higher self. He is the actual Holy Spirit that go around all your life. You're born inside of you as a seed and try to make you have nightmares, your dreams, anything with somebody chasing you. That's him in different personification. He works as the dark shadow. He's the soot, the cloud, the dark cloud. And you have dark clouds so you can have clear clouds. You put in drama so that you could learn from it. You're being tested all the time. Temptations is put up on you. You always going to have women's desiring you to take you off the track. Men's wanting you to take you off the track. You got to realize it's him that sets all these plays up to get you ready for your big main popping, your kundalini to pop, your awakening. So without him coming in to activate or unlocking the first root chakra, you won't be conscious or have any understanding of any of this information that I'm telling you about. You see, if you want to understand it, you have to read Revelations. When we read the Bible, we don't read for the fact of believing stories. We read for a greater understanding of ourselves. So when I tell you to read Revelation, look at it as you're the lamb. Every human being is the lamb. And your job is to unlock the 7 seals, the 7 chakras, which is sealed, that all have a knot on it. So by you coming, yes, brother, by you being able to come to terms with what I just said first, you will start the journey into your inner self, which you will meet the dragon. The dragon also now has a woman attached to it, which is the virgin that you hear God tries to save before the dragon gets to her, which is Lilith. Lilith was always put away. That's God's right-hand man. That's your soul and the feminine side of it. So she invites men while the Hat Man plays out the other role for the woman, and they pull you into the underworld. Now you're stuck in your own chakra. When I say pulled into the underworld, meaning your chakra, your root chakra is unlocked. You're ready to go inwards, but Everything we're talking about when we talk about chakra is the dream world, is the sleep world, is the lucid state, it's the magic world, it's the left-hand craft world, it's the mystical world, it's the occult world. You got to understand there's another world here beside what you can physically see. And none of it has any influence on the physical world. The physical world is governed by your government. They have right to that because it's a solid, big object. So big weapons that blow things up is what rules. But they don't have nothing to do with that. Your physical is a shell too. So it goes back to where? But inside of you, which it tells you God created a soul, you have a whole world with the seraphims, the cherubims, all the different things the Egyptians show you, the Babylonians show you. That still goes on. It didn't stop. What we call mythology is really psychology, and we don't understand our own psychology. So this information is to help everybody understand that the Hat Man actually exists. And if you're having experiences with him giving you sleep paralysis or scaring the hell out of you at night, you have to face him. You can't avoid it. More than likely you've been having it from a child, and he's the one who actually taught you. The reason why this is important is because we, as these new incarnated spirits, don't realize we took a covenant prior, and not in this other lifetime, and the first time when the soul incarnated into flesh, it fucked up, it fell asleep. And so for it to continue and you to be here today, you had to be under a covenant, else you would have been demolished, non-existence anymore. And so your covenant is to wake up and preach the righteous shit, or teach knowledge, teach truth. It ain't even, no righteousness, because that's fake. That's somebody invented that. But there is something called truth. Like what I'm telling you is the truth. And if you remember, the master came and told you, I'm the light and the truth. He never said, I'm good, I'm bad, this is this way or that way. He just said, I'm the light, I'm the truth. So you got to realize it's only about truth. So if you can't face your own truth and what's inside your own darkness, you can't face reality. So when you go into now these worlds that the Hat Man is taking you to, nobody is actually human. We're more consciousness, shadow, reflections. That's who we are. So you have another you, a body that represents in that world too, that you become conscious of, and you travel in it. So he will make you now have these sleep paralysis and out-of-body experiences so that you could experience that on the whole and leave your body when you go to sleep. So that's his job. He's also now the gatekeeper of the zone for the Lion of Judah. If you're from the Lion of Judah, I don't know if it encompasses all 12 tribes, but I know the Hat Man represents the crown. The crown is where the Christ come from, and that's his peoples. Whoever coming from, is having visits from the Hat Man, you're being put away. You're taken back to your crown city. Look at it like the Michael Jackson Dangerous cover album. You see all the crown and all the animals and entities. That's where you come from when you came here. So he comes back to make sure you go back, or you finish in your journey and it's time for you to go back home, or it's time for you to wake up to do your teachings and learn how to be an angelic being again. And so he's going to be your teacher. So embrace him, because you're him. You're not you. You was taught by the government to think you're an individual and you have a personality, but you don't have none of those things. That's a program implemented into you. But what you are is a fallen angel. What they told you about, they made you fall by lying to you. Your mind believe it, and so you can't do nothing. When you remember now, you separate yourself into 3 different parts: a spirit, a body, and a soul. That's what you are. And you the fourth, the consciousness that choose where you want to reside at with yourself. If you want to reside into your soul, you spend more inward time. Take yourself away from external things. Don't come. Hold your chest, your intuition build up, your soul build up, a charge build up, and then you're able to travel in your Merkaba. If you want to be in this world, come out, chill, hang out, do external things. Be careful when you engage, because external things sucks energy from your body, sucks energy from you. If you look at something, it's sucking energy. If you listen to somebody talk, it's sucking energy. If you watch TV, it's sucking energy. If you engage in sex, you just lost your life force. So if you don't understand these principles before you deal with the external world, you're going to be a victim to the external world. All of those things put you in a state of dormant sleep, a lucid state that you can't wake up. When you fall into that state, the archons take over, the spirits, the entities, the stars, everything rule over you, and you just a product of your organ like your mind, your thoughts, your physical feeling, your desires, your vagina, your body. That's all you are. That renders you just a vessel for entities to just use and do whatever the hell they want. So you all have the same attitude. Everybody acts the same because they don't realize they're sharing the same spirit, the same entity that's in this person. You'll walk down the street and they be like, hey, babe, I did not recognize you, wasn't with you in my last lifetime. It's the same black horseman. Once you activate, and then you go down the street, another person, yo, you the woman of my dream, you must, everybody say the same thing because it's one entity there to tempt you and fool you. Think about it. All men say the same thing, all women say the same thing. It's not them saying it, they're unconscious. It's that spirit that is testing you, is doing it until you deliver yourself from temptations, like they say, or fix yourself that you wind up being conscious of what's going on, and it's not dumb. A whole bunch of people can't be saying the same thing. What happened to individualization? Then you realize it's a spirit working through them. Same thing. Socialism will bring you under one spirit, a demon spirit called ego, and it works through there. So we have the black horseman waking people up on the low, like Lilith is here working too, waking people up on the low just for their tribes to bring them back, because it's only the 12 tribes that is the whole bunch of souls, 144,000 souls that's here, and it's put out by that seed. It's not a physical seed in the 12 tribes. The 12 tribes put out from the zodiac. These is the 12 zodiac, but they put out the right consciousness. They put out one energy, but the energy itself in each one became subconscious, which was the beginning one that made everything, thoughts, your thoughts running wild, you scared, you just anxiety, all of this. Imagine chaos. That's the black abyss, the ego. Then out of that, a light came, a spark, which is Enki. That's your consciousness. It was able to take all the thoughts and organize it, and don't be afraid. Take a deep breath and start structuring formation. With formation, you get this thing called the tetragrammaton. This is when you take thoughts and you organize it into atomic elements, hydrogen, oxygens, everything. And so each one rendering a new formation. So the formation getting bigger and bigger and bigger until it becomes a solid form of a star system, of which became eventually us. So Yahe Vahe would mean earth, air, water, fire. These is your thoughts. You think first. You always imagine first. It's better to read than to watch. It's better to read than to listen to an e-book. When you read, you bring these Yahe Vahe tetragrammaton symbols or mandalas into your head because you're picturing it. It's a memory to you. Remember, you can't picture nothing that didn't exist already. So by just reading words, it brings back memory. Once you get a certain amount of memory, you self-activate. All right. I hope this makes sense to you and y'all understand how the world of the Hatman work. I'm telling you from experience. He's real. He's Beelzebub, like I told you. He's also the Mothman. All of them come back to God, and God is the war is on God out here. They don't want you to know about him. They're calling them aliens now. As you can see, it's no aliens here. Never is going to come. UFOs, there's no such thing. They're not going to come. People claiming that they're from Arturian, from this and that, but they don't understand what it means. So the government encourages it. Yes, those is constellational frequencies of entities and beings that don't need nobody to travel. Anybody that left this dimension don't have no physical object to travel in because they're not no low animal creature like we considered in this hierarchy of living. They're higher beings working either in a light body or no body, just consciousness. You got to realize. So we receive their channeling because they're there on us. They're in us. But we can't think that they're coming and it's a starship and they're these UFO-looking alien beings from those solar systems. That would mean that they're no different from you. I hope this all makes sense and we all get to understand what's yet to come. I'll go more deep into the Hatman as I learn more. But you remember the Ghetto Boys' famous tune, "At nights I can't sleep, I toss and turn, candlesticks in the dark, vision the body being burned. The four wall just staring at a nigga. I'm paranoid, sleeping with my finger on the trigger." You understand? When you get into a state of mind like that, that's because the Hatman is already pulling you in. You're questioning everything. And that's what that song is about. Go back and listen to that. My mind's playing tricks on me. And you even see from the influence that it had on Scarface, that's all he wear, man, is the hat and the suit. He's one of us too. And if you're one, you're just a higher being. And if you notice, all his songs is about God. It's about deep, the astral world, graveyards, because he's showing you who he is. He's his true self, which is so deep, it touches your soul. So is Tupac after he met up with Scarface, that Kundalini activated. So you got to understand the Hat Man is here and it's real. It's in us. I don't give y'all a lot of that because I love the dark side. I got so many dark videos and I do energy work. It involves the dark side because it's all energy. And you need the energy to survive, but you transmute that energy into light so you could do light work and healing. Anyway, I'm done. University of Conscious Science, one love. You know, I just want to say, if y'all have any questions you want me to address, please hit my inbox or just put it in one of these comments, or you could just email me at University of Conscious Science on gmail.com, or you could join me on Facebook. You know, I'm under Damien Samuel, Samuel and Damean. The thing to it is it's so aligned. You know, Damien is really Omen or Amen or Amen, and Samael, that's the one who came and taught us. Samael is really Enki. Samael is also, if you look in the cosmology, the Sumerian is Lilith's husband. Samael is married to Lilith, and those is what you need. You can't have yourself unless you're united with a wife and you have a son. All of that is not only in the family unit, but it's also within yourself, mind, body, and soul, with you, the sun, Horus. So I just want you to understand how that works. Anyways, hit me up, leave a comment, or if you have any questions that y'all want me to look into, hit me up on that too. University of Conscious Science, one love.